John Bond here from Storm Fitness Academy. Now, I've been asked recently, it was a good question actually, one of my students said to me, if you could choose one method to track your fat loss progress, what method would you use? And I had an answer instantly, and there was something that sprung to mind straight away, which is not a right or wrong answer necessarily, so someone else might have a different answer to this, and it doesn't mean that they're wrong and I'm right, or vice versa. But for me personally, the best thing I would use for tracking my fat loss would be waist circumference. Now, as you know, there's loads of different ways you can track fat loss, from just your weight, stepping on a set of scales, using skin fold calipers, using bioelectric impedance. There's loads of different methods, but there's a lot of downsides to all of those methods. Now, with waist circumference, I think there's less downsides. Now, let's say, for example, you use the scales. Now, with scales, we're working out somebody's BMI, their body mass index, which is scales and obviously measuring someone's height. Now, the downside to doing that is if somebody increases their muscle mass, their BMI goes up. If they increase their muscle mass significantly, they can actually come out on a BMI measurement as overweight or even obese. So that's kind of a poor measurement for most people that like to build muscle. But waist circumference, now even a bodybuilder and a fitness model, they're all about building muscle. You know, they can build loads of muscle, but they don't want to have a big waist. They want a small waist. I mean, particularly the classic style bodybuilding look, it was all about tiny waists and then massive everything else. So waist circumference is going to be a suitable measurement of fat loss for a bodybuilder, for a fitness model. If you look at athletic populations, so, you know, whether it's a football player or an American football player or a rugby player, the most athletic ones still have a small waist. They might have massive arms and big chests and everything else, but they still have small waists. So waist circumference is going to be good for them. It's going to be applicable for them. Also, there's some big correlations between waist circumference and your likelihood of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and other sort of hypokinetic diseases, they call them. So if you have a large waist circumference, you have a lot of abdominal adiposity, they call it, which is basically you have a lot of fat around your tummy, which could be around your organs, and it boosts your risk of all those diseases I mentioned. So by reducing your waist circumference, you reduce your likelihood of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoarthritis, lower back pain, even depression, things like that. So I'm going with waist circumference. I think that's the best one. So, and it's cheap too. You buy a tape measure on eBay for like 99p or something. Really quick and easy to use. Doesn't take a genius to measure the waist. So that's something you could do every week, is check your waist circumference. If it goes up, start cutting your calories. If it's going down and you want it to go down, give yourself a pat on the back and keep doing what you're doing. So, big fan of waist circumference measurements for fat loss. Hope that's helpful.